her critics, claim is that we are out to wipe out God and replace him with earth goddesses, to destroy the church and replace it with dancing in sacred groves and celebrating Beltane. The revolution I at least have in mind is a very different one, in which the church might genuinely treat women as equals. With her gently feminist perspective, Monica Furlong tells in Wise Child a spellbinding story, rich in detail about all the important things in life, good and evil, love and hate, appearance and reality, and loyalty, bigotry, and magic. Many years after I first encountered Wise Child, I wrote Catherine Called Birdie and The Midwife's Apprentice. I didn't realise until I reread Wise Child recently what a debt I owe to its author. Like all the fans of Wise Child, I longed for years for a sequel. But when it came, Juniper did not continue the story of Juniper and Wise Child's escape. Instead, it began the story of Juniper from her early life as a princess of Cornwall, long before the events of Wise Child. The young Juniper, cranky, stubborn and pampered, protests when she is sent to learn from Uni, an impoverished wise woman. From Uni, Juniper learns of herbs and magic, love and friendship, and her own growing powers of the mending sort, the healing sort. When the sorceress Meroot and her husband the Grey Knight threaten Cornwall, only Juniper and Uni can save it. Like everyone else, I've had to wait until now for the continuation of Wise Child's story. This last book of the trilogy is a tale of sea voyages, devastation, courage and fear, and the importance of love and loyalty. Once again, Juniper, Wise Child, Cormac and Colman struggle to save their land from a powerful evil. What a pleasure lies ahead for you readers about to encounter Colman. The Times, London, once praised Juniper for its strong, resourceful wise women. Furlong, the paper said, is a profound and disturbing author who sheds light on our lingering darkness and speaks for tolerance in an intolerant world. With compassion and commitment, Monica Furlong spent her life searching for truth. Friends remember her as a life-enhancing presence, full of laughter and enthusiasm, passionate, warm and honest. In truth, she sounds much like Juniper, the warm and wise woman whom we love through her books. Monica Furlong died of cancer in January 2003. She is survived by a son, a daughter, and numberless fans. Karen Cushman, April 2003. Chapter 1. 4 of us escaped on Finbar's ship after Juniper's trial as a witch. Juniper, Wise Child, Cormac, and me. There had been so much fear for all of us except Finbar, a terrible walk across the island for Juniper and Wise Child, and then suddenly we were all sailing across a peaceful sea, safe at last. It was only a few weeks since Juniper had lived at the White House, had taken care of my cousin Wise Child, and had helped the people of the village with remedies for their sickness and accidents. Then came the accusation of black magic, with the sequel of torture and possible death, and Juniper, who had been arrested and imprisoned, had only just escaped in time. And now, there the 5 of us were on the ship, along with Finbar's men. It was a beautiful evening. Juniper and Wise Child sat in the stern of the boat, watching the sunset and recovering from their ordeal. Wise Child, small and dark, Juniper with her arm around her. Juniper's long black hair blew wildly about until she put her shawl over it to tame it. Cormac stood staring over the stern with his scarred, damaged face, seeing the island grow smaller and smaller. I guess he had few regrets about the place where he had known great unhappiness. Me, although I felt bad about leaving Mam and my brothers and sisters without saying goodbye, I was very glad to get away from Dad and his belt, and to have started an adventure with the people I loved best, not counting my family. It was terribly exciting to be on a ship like Finbar's. It had sails, something I'd never seen before. The island boats were small and light and made out of wicker and hide, whereas Finbar's boat, like the Berlins on which I had very occasionally travelled to the mainland with my father, was made out of wood. And now, with the wind behind us, we'd begun to move rapidly and would sail for distances I had barely dreamed of. Already we'd passed islands of which I did not even know the names. I followed Finbar about.